Good morning and welcome as we share another Pondering God moment. Drinking a little Highlander grog this morning. Feeling a little groggy. Was out with the youth last night packing Operation Christmas Child boxes. We had a great time. This morning, we're talking about thanks. Not Thanksgiving, although that's really a good topic too, and we'll get to that. But we're talking about giving thanks. You know, there's all kinds of models in scripture that um, show us how to pray, different kinds of prayers. Well, today we're going to look at Psalm 18. It's the 18th. Why not look at 18 on 18? And Psalm 18 is one of those thanksgiving prayers that David gives to God for the protection from all his enemies. And boy, did this guy have enemies. I mean, first he has Saul, then he has Absalom, then he has other nations, then he has his own nation, the Israelites. In fact, at some point in the psalm, he says, you know what? I think even the heathen like me better than my own people do. David had his moments. Now, granted, David was a great king and is remembered as a great king, but he had his issues too. But he was a man who was after God's own heart. He was seeking to do what God wanted him to do. He didn't always accomplish it, but he gives us in Psalm 18 a great example, almost like a prophet. He gives us an example of prayer and of prayer of thanksgiving. The prophets would often recall what God had done. David does that in this psalm as well. I'm not going to read the whole psalm for you today. I want you to do that. I want you to take some time and read through Psalm 18. It is a little lengthy as far as the psalms go, but it is really a powerful psalm. But listen to these opening verses. I love the Lord, O my strength. The Lord is my rock and my fortress, my deliverer. My God is my rock in whom I take refuge, my shield and the horn of my salvation, my stronghold. I call upon the Lord who is worthy to be praised, and I am saved from my enemies. I call on the Lord who is worthy to be praised, and I am saved from my enemies. We all need a stronghold. We all need a fortress, a place we can hide, a refuge. Um, Times when it seems like we're under attack, whether it's from Satan, which is very likely, or just the world, even under attack from our own self, from our own desires and wants that seem to be creeping up. We need a place where we can go. And and David certainly needed a place. I mean, when he talks about strongholds and refuges, he knows exactly what he's talking about. He used them. He longed for them. He goes on to say, the cords of death encompass me. The torrents of destruction assail me. The cords of Sheol entangle me. The snares of death confront me. In my distress, I called upon the Lord. To my God, I cried for help. From his temple, he heard my voice, and my cry to him reached his ears. Now, there's a man who has some struggles. But yet, he says, when I cried to him, my prayers reached his ears. What a great thing to know that when we give thanks, when we have requests, when we have questions, that when we cry out to God, he hears us. So take this example today, look through this, see what you could come up with for those things for which you can give thanks. And see if you can make a list that you can recount to God and say, thanks for when you brought me through this and this and this. And I trust you as my rock and my refuge. Well, happy 18th. We have another few days before we start the Red Letter Advent starting December 1st. So go ahead and sign up, get your book, and join us for a 25-day adventure as we unpack hope, peace, joy, and love, which only Advent gives us that beautiful window for. Be blessed. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time we turn this little thingy on.